teaching topics here, I think the purification, part of the tantric. I think that is the teaching main topic, and this day, this time. Purification. The Tibetans say Jangwa. Jangwa. Purification, something purify, right? Some particular object need to purify. Purification. And especially this was, we use the part of the tantric. And here, the most people know tantric. I think you guys heard tantric. Do you heard tantric? You have tantric receive? Tantric teaching? Huh? Okay. All right. The idea is, when we're talking about the purification and purify, quite different from the Christianity or Catholic. And as Buddhists pointing, they're giving explanation about the purification is not particular, there's some objects there. Yes, we can use sometime the concentration, the particular that object of the paratantric, like Vajrasattva, or 36 syllable, or inner insight, facing insight, deep lightning insight here with a heart drop and heart center channel, or throne channel, or crown channel, so those things, chakras. So. But the fundamental idea is the purification and purify is actually part of tantric, and especially higher tantric use those terms. And not only that, they have special many teachings, many methods of that have instructions about higher tantric from India, and then India to and they bring India to India and India to bring to in Tibet. And but first we have to know what means purification. Why we need to purify something, right? What is that important, and what means that? The one fundamental reason is, logically, reason is because the very heavy karmic result that we have in part of our life, and those are not material those are not material things. Those are not material things. But it is with us always. There are two things important: external and internally. External and internal. Outside, inside. External, internal. The purification is here. Does not mean something is really wrong or something's very bad, something's very negative. It means simply. It means simply. What is our expectation? What do we want? Especially when you guys engage in Dharma, following Dharma, practicing Dharma. What is inside part of the mind? What is the goal? What is the expectation? What is the goal? What do you want to achieve? So of course, the answers easily. We already have this insight. I want to achieve this and that, high levels, realizations, or maybe the unit practice tantric, or maybe illusory body, or maybe rainbow body result. Those are what we're talking about the Buddhist high teachings at Tantric Mahamudra Dzogchen. But that's nothing wrong, expectation, nothing wrong. But then we have to know, in order to achieving or having those results, we need some important things, should not forget. Something practical, something necessary we need to cultivate, we need to practice that. That is what it means is within this karmic body and very unstable or very darkness of insight that we have innate confusion and also innate mental appearances. Those two are inside. External, we have this karmic contaminated to the suffering body. These two, if we reliant always these two, then no matter how much we make effort to achieve the result of any kind, it is almost impossible achieve those results. Therefore, the practical things, when we say the purification is here, is we need some purify because it's our goal. Expectation is we want to free from contaminated, the result of total suffering. We want to free from inside the very heavy attachment, innate attachment, and we struggle there. Some very innate, ordinary perception or appearances. These two are target or fundamental basis of purification. The reason why I don't have such many things, you guys also read the book, Tantric book, Mahamudra, the book, we read those things. And we cannot ignore those things, right? So if we ignore, then result is always the same, not really far there. If we don't ignore, we should not ignore that we should be carefully and smartly, wisely, how to purify, why we need to purify, And without any prayer for its particular objects and giving everything the object, right? Fundamentally, the basics we have, the purification of the foundation basics we have, because we have Buddha nature. I don't want to distinguish here, maybe some people, the basis of purification and object of purification actually had the 4 or 5 point there. And they mean 5 points. But this time, I will give you 4. The particular that the object of purification or basis of purification and the methods of purification, number 2. Number 3, how do we purify? Number 4, the result of purification. And the basis of purification, actually we talk about emptiness and many different things. But here, I just make simple things, external, internal. The external, not that this external is something the outside world. We're talking external means this contaminated to the body, suffering the body, the contaminated body, right? Even the time they say this is a Vajra body, but the real Vajra body we don't have to transform, right? We don't need to purify. Because that means inside we have that primordial wind, primordial indestructible wind, that we use it for, that is part of the very subtle body. That now is useless. So we just say these things, teachers say this, book say these things, but it's not really practical. So in order to touching and connect that the unique, innate, indestructible body, we have to go through some certain the other levels. So we have to pass that. We have to deal those things, external, internal, until we achieve some illusory body or inside that body, subtle body. So those are not easy to jump in. It's not just imagination out there. So we have to do the practical things, right? So the most tangible is really practical. Reality and practical are very powerful. The only simple thing that we should remember that what is the object purification here is starting from here, not to outside. Right? We think of purification, maybe I have to do something object, then I have to sacrifice my something, then clean something. That's not necessarily quite true. That is not really truth. That's not really what we're talking about. We're talking here is the part of the karma, right? It's very heavy karma. Karma is quite powerful. And it is very truth. So cause of karma, result of karma, cactus of karma is always with us, it's present. But it's not like the material things. So now basics of purification is this contaminated external body, and that arising, or that what the main cause of this contaminant is the insight, is innate grasping, innate ordinary grasping, and also that innate ordinary perception. So through that ordinary perception or appearance becomes the material body. So that's what we have here, contaminated body. So how do we purify? That depends. We have to look at insight first. What is connect? Basic object of purification of the contaminated body, and where does it come from? Where is it arising from? Who created that? What is the cause of that, right? Well, the sutra we easily can say the truth, there's Four Noble Truths there, but now we don't have to go through there. As very simple tantric say, Tamilji Pungbo, ordinary aggregates. Tamilji Nangshin, ordinary innate grasping, innate perception. The external, internal, very simple. Those two is the basis of purification. What is the method or path purification is? With the object. Or maybe you have some high degree of understanding, lucid emptiness, lucidity, empty. And that is the foundation. It's very important. When we use Hung is also like that. Purification, purify, or destroy, or transparencies, junction point, or penetrate. But now we use a tantric. Foundation is the purification, how to purify. Actually, the fundamental, we need some deep, clear understanding the meaning of emptiness, truth of emptiness. Then, and also from that, how to manifest and how to purify. Those are general. The particular here, tantric, I can say that either we can use the yoga of concentration of deities, peaceful, wrathful, any kind of deities. And we can say here, the Avalokiteshvara, or Vajrasattva, particular Vajrasattva, right? When we say purification, purify and broken samaya, like all those things. The particular object, the part of the tantric imagination or creation stage is here. We can use it either Vajrasattva as external object. That's also particularly good for your purify your negative karma with your connect your body. And or we can use more than subtle, it's three syllable, Om, Ah, Hum. Generally we use Om, Ah, Hum, right? So we use Om, Ah, Hum. That means these three, all tantrics are come to these three words. Cannot go beyond the three. Actually, like the Om, Ah, Hum, it's all tantric teachings there. So it's very powerful. When you're talking body, speech, mind, right? So enlightened, say, enlightened body, speech, mind. Dhammakaya, Sambodhakaya, Nirvanakaya. And when we use the syllable, Om, Ah, Hum. Those are the second one, the methods of purification. And how do we purify? A practitioner earlier mentioned the fundamental, we should meditate few minutes, complete baseless and empty clarity through your insight, but the nature, not object. When Buddha said Heart Sutra, from its emptiness, emptiness is from is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. So here, the form is empty or emptiness. Talk about from here, our contaminated body. That is the basis of purification. The purification object is naturally, intrinsically, is illusory, empty, illusory. If we have some doubt, we cannot purify. Oh yes, I hope so. Maybe illusory or maybe empty, illusory, but the real is not here or pain. I pain here, touching or something here. Kind of inside, we're keeping some that innate. We have innate habit that we cannot block those. We can throw out that we have here all holding there. That's the main cause that we are again back to back, right? So this karmic, we cannot go free from that. That's our own problem, not in other anybody's problem. Our own problem. We should remember that. If you have understanding very clear, emptiness is source of all phenomena, and it also, we're not talking emptiness as external things. We're talking emptiness of the Buddha nature inside. Emptiness of Buddha nature is the source of all phenomena. Now I don't have so many things. I taught many things, and the teaching I taught a long time ago. Now today, it is very important. Some people does not know what is the relationship between the form and the emptiness of form. And then I don't think there's a lot of benefits, and we're talking about the purification. It's kind of a little bit a punishment. Oh, you do some wrong, or you're some negative person, you're bad, now you have heavy karma, you're going to go hell wrong. Those are kind of very 1,000 years ago. That's the one we have historically, they say. But it's not bad. It's better than a nihilistic view. But we are talking right now is tantric here, the purification, how to purify. And I all taught that the logic. And now the second point, third one, how do we practice, how to cultivate? What is the method here? Says methods not outside. That means how do we purify? Third one, right? So how to purify? Just meditate 5 minutes, deep state of emptiness, no self, no other, no form, no feeling, no sensation. The reason why we do the number third one, we see our own problem is grasping. Pretty much grasping, right? Self-grasping, grasping on body, grasping on any kind of sensations, or they think feelings are very important to Westerners. Feelings are really, really important. Feeling and sensation, or these things are very powerful circumstances. So easily can attract that. Then incite the mind complete concentrating that and holding that. So now we need to a little bit make a little bit open that, not too tightness this, right? So how do we do that? The best idea is no self, no designation of self. 5-10 minutes, that's important. And after that, from that rising, if you have foundation of Mahamudra absorption, particular absorption, the basis, the intrinsic awareness, present, with you here, cutting through the basics that, and then from rising that spontaneous present, either Vajrasattva external or internal, white Om, red A, dark blue Hum, within your body here. So just white Om, Ah, Hum, like that, right? Just the syllable. You don't have to worry about what is it, Hum, is it outside, inside your body. The body and syllable are same. These two, you can use it. I have number third, maybe a little bit too advanced, maybe not good this momentarily. So these two are just methods. The methods are we using how to purify. Methods of purification. As long as you do the practice that external Vajrasattva, internal the three syllable, and then secret one is another dove with channels inside. That's a little bit maybe not necessarily good, and who does not have that tantric and the experience, maybe it's not good for wind inside the heart. So that's why I don't want to give right now. And these shoes I offer you guys, and how do you practice? I also do that. When I close eye, that means I close something inside here, light inside. So not really concentrating something inside my particular contaminated things, is beyond those things. So therefore, the number third one is the method of purification is two things. Vajrasattva, external, internal, three syllable. Right? Om, Ah, Hum. Hum is purification, purify. And Ah is transform, changing, transform, contaminated to uncontaminated. The Om can make multiple manifestation, unlimited manifestation, manifest. Is it manifest, right? Where's the mat? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. It's something my English is not good. You guys can fix also. Om, Ah, Hum. Right? Actually, it's very, very, very powerful. Very powerful part of Tantra, the method we use, the purification. And then if we do that correctly, with sincerely inside our heart, every day, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just do 20 minutes external Vajrasattva, internal also that. Or maybe you can separate when you want to take serious those things, and the session to session, one session, second session, third session. I can give detail and tomorrow. And then we do seriously, and then also unmistake correctly. Don't make yourself. And what I say instructions are these are. And then the result is slow come, not too far. The result actually it live longevity. The best is those things are better than reciting many Amitabha mantra. If we do this before Tsalung, practice a little bit Tsalung, and then meditate 1 hour or 40-30 minutes. After that, then this purification, you use that as really, really fantastic. Really. And it's very powerful. And it's not too complicated. Be honest, you don't have to read a book. You don't have to buy 100 books. They're reading the many books there. And become all your intellectual here. Become your brain very high, bigger, intellectual. And reality, I don't know. So these are not necessarily really intellectually. It's very simple and it's also very powerful. Just we need pay attention and change our inside heart, and the motivation is very, very pure. We're practicing, we're doing this, but not for only purify our own negative karma. And also we're taking serious deep insight from bodhicitta. If we are fine, we are okay, we can help many beings other also. If we are not okay physically, mentally, we cannot help. Alright? These are very important, those are very important. Before we practice these things, purification, external body, internal, those appearance attachment innate. In order to practice that, we need two things: ground, the understanding, emptiness, and also very pure motivation, pure heart, pure mind, pure concept. Take very very simple. Oh, this is my responsibility. I'm practitioner, right? So I'm practitioner. I don't think I'm a good practitioner. Doesn't matter good and bad. I will take seriously because it's my responsibility. It makes sense logically, practically, and historically. Right? In long time, 1,000, 2,000 years ago almost. And in India, there's many Mahasiddha, yogini, men, women, many. So they practice these things. 1,000 years ago. Until now, in Tibet, in Nepal, still they have yoginis. They practice still. And also in the United States, we don't know. Some great practitioners, the yoginis also. I 100% believe that. And so now, individual each, we have our own responsibility. Take seriously these teachings are not too really complicated. The 4 things are very important. You have to keep 4 points: basis of purification, the methods of purification, how to purify, then how to practice, how to cultivate daily life. Number 3, and the result. I would like to say result. Within this life, we can have some degree of insight, pure, assigned. For example, one year ago in Nepal, there's our local teacher practicing. They're Younge. Tibetan we call Younge. What's called English? Huh? Yeah, Younge. What called English? Fasting. Fasting. Yeah. Fasting, right? Fasting, yeah. We call Younge. And in Nepal, they have some group there in Nepal. They practice the 11-hand Avalokiteshvara. So the woman, she really dedicated many years. And one time she say, I'm dying now soon. And she's okay, she's not sick, she's not really, she looks like normal, she's okay. And then the abbot is Giluk. And she says she's dying. Is it true? Well, that's what she says. She's dying. She said, next week I'm dying. When she dying, so she says, I'm dying 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. After 12, 1 o'clock. And then she come visit to the abbot, and she offer, give everything, things for whatever she had to offer, and then she come, 12, then met the Lama, 12 o'clock, and then she said, okay. Maybe not really 1, 2 seconds, exactly close at 1 o'clock, she passed away. She just this. She gone. She meditate. This is for the true in Nepal. Those are ordinary women, actually. But I think inside is not ordinary. Can be ordinary inside. But outside is ordinary. She's not Rinpoche, she's not Lama, she's not Druga either. Because she have this one, because she have Buddha nature. She don't need us and Buddha and the God or somebody, right? She have already here, and she opened it inside. She was not really yogini. She doesn't have a name. She's just ordinary woman, Tibetan woman. This is the truth. It's just maybe 1 year ago in Nepal. What that means is she really purified. What I think, she really purified. She did best her life in purification. She purified for her karmic things, externally, internally. That's why she has very confidence. She knows limitation, limits her life now going. She sees, she knows. That's realization. The realization is the result of purification. No realization, then we purify. It's like almost like a punishment. You make yourself a punishment. Punish yourself. Similar to that. So number 4 is the result, is realization. And the goal. So those 4 points should keep the 4 things, right? Okay? Don't confuse. So then we can now here break 15 minutes. Then come back. I can give more. So now the number 4 result, when I giving some example that the great yoginis and in Nepal, the very simple practitioner Avalokiteshvara, and just practicing Younge and Avalokiteshvara, I think she have tremendous devotion to Avalokiteshvara, and also she recognized her situation and part of her life. So without giving any kind of explanation or complicated things. So she's zero mental intellectual zero, but she really knows that herself, pretty much like that. So when we're talking about the basics of purification, we don't have to really searching, looking, some investigating, right? We don't have to do that. It's very close here within this body. Without contaminated form, there's no contaminated and a feeling and sensation. No feeling sensation, no discriminating thoughts. No discriminating thoughts, there's nothing any connected, any composite the aggregates are. So there's no composite aggregates, then there's nothing any do it special, there's nothing any and aggregates of consciousness, right? Those 5 aggregates are relying each other, connect each other. The first one is starting actually is the 5th one. The aggregates of consciousness. You can read the book here, my book. I thought maybe there are a few things, important things. I've studied a long time. I would think that really practical things, the 5 aggregates, to recognize that, and then how to be purified. That's what I think I taught also long time ago. And with tantric practitioner, we have a special, unique methods that we can transform those circumstances, contaminated circumstances. We can transform to some valuable and quality of enlightened body, speech, mind. But it takes eons actually. But if we do some this life, I was definitely we can have some seed playing there, and not only that, we can have some experience, no doubt. Number 4, the reason I'm also talking that I always tell that as a woman, and not only that, and also in Tibet, the great practitioner, many and nuns, monks, yoginis, they practice very seriously many years, and was a sattva. From my teacher also, the Khenjins also, his main practice of Garabinti was a sattva. And also part of the preliminary practice we have those number 3, the generating, practicing, and Vajrasattva. So the logic, what is logic here is when we're carrying some heavy things, that always we can see the feeling is different. Some things outside, there's some here that is really pressed down, and it makes it really uncomfortable, right? And this release gone, you're always feeling different. Similarly here, we have deep, heavy karma, dead karma, and that arising from who created that is our gates of consciousness. No other than that. So no any created other. That's what it is. So our gate of consciousness, from that rising, this samsara. Samsara is too complicated. We don't have to go through that. It's what we have right now. External contaminated body, internal ordinary. All those perceptions are ordinary, innate, grasping, right? Those our responsibility actually is we have to recognize those things. Simple things, we should recognize that without doubt, right? We don't need any proof, somebody's. Proof already here, because the result is here. As long as we have this contaminated body, we can't say, I want free from this and that. It's just delusional like that, thought things like that. But these contaminated aggregates, 5 aggregates, we don't have throughout, we don't need to make trash and garbage. We can use something, because tantric, the path of tantric transformation, nothing like any that throughout. Everything we can use the circumstance, we can use that to very valuable. So therefore, the purification is basically, it makes you foundation of transformation, path of transformation. Without purification, purify, and then transformation is just thinking magical, just imagination, just magic thinking, right? Like that. So practical, tantric is practical because there's many methods we can use it. There's many methods we can use that. One of these methods that we're using in purification, and we use that is number 2 one, methods of purification. We're using an external, internal. And now I'm talking about the 4, the result. One, if we do that correctly in this life, I will say that we can live long, and also we can also become healthy inside. We do purification every day with our understanding clear how to use those methods are, and very deep understanding our contaminated body, how to transform that, and deep insight through using method of Vajrasattva, external, internal, 3 indestructible 6 level on our home. So in order to practice inside, we have to do some strong or very powerful the method we have to use that. We need to cultivate, practice that in the Vajrasattva. And therefore, Kagyu Nyingmas will traditionally, we say, before we practice Tantric and Mahamudra Dzogchen, we need to make sure the foundations are okay. We need a really solid foundation, physically, mentally. And physically, that purification, we use that Number third, I think the Vajrasattva. Obviously, Vajrasattva is very, very important. In Tibet, many people practice that, and even they have heavy sickness. The disease, the sickness is heavy, but sometimes they practice on the Vajrasattva, and then 1 year after, the sickness is gone. Many, I heard the things, lamas and nuns in Tibet. Because once they have very pure devotion inside, right, culturally, traditionally, and the second, they don't have too much distraction like here. So, many circumstances, they are much better than here. So, anyway, the fundamental insight, we should recognize that the basis of purification, and then the results are, I already mentioned, also important, something that bring our encourage, right? Oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen maybe future. I can have these things future. So this is also result important. And the practical things, results are not important right now. The important things I give 4 points. It's first one is important, the object of purification. Without thinking too much negative ourselves. Sometimes we think, oh, I have this horrible thing, karmic body and horrible karmic mind and karmic concept thoughts. I'm not enough good. I'm something wrong. Don't think those things. Those are a little bit negative. Especially your tantric practitioner. You want to practice tantric? That's not good, right? Tantric practitioner actually self-respect. When we say self-respect, it's not the general. We're talking about the respect self. Tantric practitioner really ultimate point, they respect themselves without ego, without delusional, without dualistic. So they respect deep is because the body, the contaminant, they're using that they're using the object of purification, purify, and then they transform. So it is very practical and it's very powerful. We need these kind of these kind of methods as very important. Generally, we meditate. Of course, meditations are very important, no doubt. But sometimes people only meditate. They does not know, like Zen, only meditate, only through the awareness inside. But that's, of course, Dzogchen also meditate that. But it's quite different. Dzogchens are very subtle. Purification, purify, or transformation is, they have a unique insight with toggle. But right now we're not talking toggle, we're talking a part of tantric. Actually, very powerful. It's very practical, especially in the United States here. And an individual, when I have my own experience a little bit, and it gives you more, bigger, stronger your heart, mind. All right, better than we always worry about myself or maybe what can happen to me and this and that. So we have to take care, of course, but we don't have to really concentrate what's going to happen to me or all these things, kind of like paranoia and too much concentrating, and then we will sick easily. So better than other use. Better we can use other things. And whatever we have present here, there's 5 aggregates. The aggregates are from either we can transform to self-transform to Yidam directly. That's the best. If we don't have, but that we can do certain very few times and maybe short times. But what I think is the graduation is very important. To first, purification is important. Purify, right? When the purify, like you clean your any kind of your cup before you eat some food. I put inside that cup. You need to clean everything, and then there's not any danger there, right? So cleaning. Similar, when we are practicing, cultivating, and we follow path of tantric, we need some kind of we need to purify something that we already have within our life. Even if we practice simple, we do it even two more practices, hidden practices. We also needed to purification, right? Purified with empty inside bodies, everything's lucid, something, and then everything that teach channel. That's simple one. So now we're talking here, it's more practical and more also not too deep and profound, but it's very practical, very reality practical is here. Number third one is how do you practice? And morning you wake up, and I have to go again back. And this you can do also each aggregates from how do you, that's the object purification, right? It's this body. And how do you purify that? Through visualization, right? Through visualization. Either you can use Avalokiteshvara or Vajrasattva, right? And the instruction of Vajrasattva is there. When Vajrasattva, you are ordinary here, Vajrasattva from here, and then you visualize clearly Vajrasattva with concert or without concert. Most are with concert. And then concentrate that just physical, that is not the solid material things like rainbow, Vajrasattva. You're ordinary here. You can also do that. And that's the number third. That is the number third. The method of method of purification. How to purify. One I also mentioned that when we say that purification purify, but do not think I'm something wrong, I'm bad. It's simple to say I have heavy karma, I have a heavy complicated things in my life, this body and my inside mind, also energy, think these things are right. So so just simply I want to purify that, right? Simply I want to dedicate. Simple and gently, without thinking huge negative things, right? We don't have to have huge negative things. It's just simply just purify. Visualize Vajrasattva, any kind, and then light comes to you here, all your Vajrasattva, concentrate Vajrasattva clearly with concert here, you are here, right? And then maybe you can do mantras, a syllable, 100 syllable or 60 syllable. The fundamental is not really mantra. The fundamental is the main things are visualization. Visualize Vajrasattva. And there's also Vajrasattva, actually, so we say that outside, actually the Vajrasattva is from here. Vajrasattva is not a particular object there, right? Vajra means is indestructible. We have indestructible Buddha nature. We have indestructible primordial wind. We have indestructible primordial Buddha nature, which means day we born, we have that. We don't have to ask anybody, some help me, give me, right? We don't ask Buddha either. We already have. Sattva means the great heart and the great Dorje Semba. O means indestructible holder, keeping, or maybe recognition. Dorje Semba. So this we already have Vajrasattva, right? Vajrasattva, but we have very complicated karma things. That's why we're using methods that, okay, I'm ordinary here, then enlighten here. But enlighten here actually rise from your here. Because finally, we have to do union. We become a Vajrasattva, right? Should be. Why not? Because we are Vajrasattva, actually. At Dzogchen point, right? Dzogchen, the master Rongsun Ma Pendita say, he said that Tantric, the Garba text, he also commented, he always said that all phenomena are complete enlightenment. So it doesn't matter all phenomena or not, but actually that pointing, so physically, mentally, body, mind, everything actually, her model is pure. But we just now recognize that because we have inside deep contaminated our gaze of consciousness. Now, how to transform our gaze of consciousness is not easy directly, right? People don't have that level high capacity. Therefore, we have to go through graduate. Number one, number second, number third, number four, number fifth. Number one first, contaminated our gaze from our gaze. So how can we do that from our gaze? Either we can meditate here, and from our gaze, meditate here, and completely check from here to under your here, your feet inside, everything's here. Deep, concentrate here yourself. Either you can use mirror, look at mirror, and or maybe just concentrate from here to here. Everything is just illusory, right? First, you should image that inside, and after those image or those real forms are complete empty and illusory emptiness, illusory body. That actually is very, very, very powerful. The methods of using purification. So what means is that is, I have a lot of attachment in my body, and I have a lot of attachment in other body as well. So actually, I'm not necessarily that smart person, and also because I don't respect myself physical. Because if I respect, I don't have to really too much worry about my contaminated body. I can also respect that my contaminated body is contaminated, but is natural, is empty, illusory. No doubt of that. Empty, illusory does not mean I don't have feeling. Yeah, I have feeling. The sensation is also a water bubble, right? So this is what Buddha also taught that. This kind is also very practical. We can use that Sutra teachings also. We can use Tantric also. Use that teachings also. Sutra just said that no essence. This is avoid right to rejecting. We're not rejecting here anyway. We don't reject anything here. We're just using those things are really the valuable things. Everything's valuable. Everything's valuable. That is the Tantric path, the path of transformation. Very quick, very practical, very powerful. But we just get to there. Even when we're getting there, we need lots of faith and devotion. And through your wisdom, understanding wisdom with logic, historical, logical, and practical teachings, right? The history earlier mentioned, if you don't believe their things, this says Rinpoche said, maybe this other teacher said, the Tibetan said it's all complicated, and maybe bullshit, maybe that's not true, then you should read and then there's the Telopa, Narapa, and then also India, and many in Tibet also, the Shitolja, Mandarawa, right? So even women is men. There's no distinction. There's many yoginis come 1,000 years ago. They are not crazy, so they're not lying. Why are they lying? So if we have some doubt, but I don't have doubt, maybe Western has doubt, you guys don't have the tradition of that, culturally that. I'm not surprised either. I can't say why you die, doubt. Doubt is nothing bad. If you doubt, then you have to ask question, and also you read again, you should check logically here, right? So if I really need to purify this physically in my mind, you should check, right? It is very valuable, it's very powerful, it's amazing, and then keep it. We don't need to purify. Why we need to purify? If something wrong here is not really valuable, it really makes you more getting old, and it become more easily can sick, easily can attack any kind of sickness, disease, and easily can pain. The more we get age getting old, you see that's a sign. So this is, we don't have to really go to, what's it say here? I'm going wrong side now. So therefore, I always give the advice my students are very important to use logic, wisdom. It's very, very important. And it gives you really your inside power, your own awareness, your own knowledge is very important. Of course, they rely on your teacher, right? Teacher is very important. But after teacher, you rely on teacher. After, you need also confidence. We need confidence inside also. When I was young, I started many teachers, but they don't really give detailed things. That just tantric is amazing, very high, very secret, like that. Forget about you guys. You guys have been started many years in sutra like that. So now, and I give everything to offer what I have. I hope you guys should remember, recognize those things. What I'm telling here is make sure there's no doubt, there's no question. If you have doubt, not only simple doubt, you have a lot of contaminated idea, you're not stable mind, then you just go back to meditate, just shamatha. Just go back shamatha, just meditate, that's better, right? So don't go to purification path, tantric, those are not necessarily important. And but make effort, try a few times, right? And it does not make sense, then okay, just go back, just meditate, that's just okay. So if you really see its quality, and you see through your wisdom, right? Situation of your physical, your feeling, sensation, and your mind, right? Daily life, second, you see these things, and then you can find some method. The method I taught also, right? So this method, you use it every day, little. Then it gives you really a little bit confidence inside. But first of all, before having confidence, we really need to investigate a little bit. Is it true or not? Is it make sense or not? Right? Earlier I mentioned why we need purification. Why these 5 aggregates, external, internal, why that's object of purification. Right? And I always say, because is the practicality is also important. So we cannot throw out this what we have. Yeah, we should respect that, right? We have this precious life and precious body. We also have, but also the reality are contaminated, so we cannot too much rely on this external body and internal our mind, right? Our mind is unstable, very weak, so it's difficult trust, right? So that's why mind training, that's why meditation is important. And now we're talking purification, purify the body, but it does not mean we just throw out something disrespectfully. We respect. That's why we're using this body. Okay, this is my guest house, and fantastic. They are born until now, and are with me. So I should respect, right? But respect does not mean only take care in exercise, yoga, eating healthy food, and spend a lot of money on food and whole foods. However, and the exercise, taking many tablets here every day, 5, 6, 7. So that's not necessary. Make any deep respect. You really want to respect your body, then you have to do other things. That's the I think. Of course, take care is important. Eat healthy food, exercise, but we can do another also. Not only that, we can move a little bit higher, advance also. Why not? Right? Just open heart. Just open heart. Just use this mind, brain. Use a little bit more, vast and smartly, vast a little bit. All right? Don't keep like this narrow. Just a little open, a little bit smart, open. Right? So just simple thing, what is the benefit of me? That's okay, but it's not great motivation, but it's okay. What is the best for me in this life when I come here? All right? So not only material things, some is spiritually there, instruction, teachings. And then listen carefully, and then smartly, and then investigate. All right? Investigate yourself. Not only the reading book, just do it, practice that. And of course, you guys also think that the feelings also there, sensation can change. The more we practice Vajrasattva, it really makes you different. And the text also say, that in the dream it shows that you're vomiting, and or you're taking shower, or you become blood something here, vomit, this thing. Those also actually is very strange, like the dream, but it's just a good sign. That's about the sign of like that, right? When you purify negative karma. And now most we are ignorant. Of course, you guys, even the Tibetan lamas and nuns, they don't do anything. Those practices there, they don't care too much. They only care philosophy, debating, and these things, right? And nobody does the purification. They don't think important things. For me, it's very important. Purification is very important. As I earlier mentioned, because 2 reasons. We have heavy karma, we have really heavy karma. We have resolved of this the wrapping of result of karma through karma result we have. So we cannot ignore it. That's my logic. If we ignore, then that's it, right? It's not going to harm. It's going to harm self. So therefore, there's no chance. There's no choice. Ignorance. We should do our best. I'm not forcing. This I'm talking myself. That's my opinion. I say myself, I can ignore, right? So I have to do something spiritual inside. I don't have to show outside. I don't have to advertise myself outside. But unfortunately, I'm a teacher. I have to say some experience through my. That's actually I'm not happy, but I have to say something for maybe people more can trust that. That's what I'm just talking, right? Actually, Dharma practitioner, we cannot talk about our own practitioner, what we're practicing, right? We cannot talk too much outside. We don't have to show outside that. My teachers they never talk to too much things. They always keep inside secret. They practice serious, right? Very serious and very secret, very humble, very simple. But when you're facing these students, are not easy. So you have to have manifest different things. So what I'm talking about now is, it is very important. Those 4 points, purification, the part of tantric is amazing, very powerful. We needed that. Reality, practically we needed that, because now we can see this many sickness diseases, especially United has a lot of cancer problem, a lot of cancer, because it's part of the food, environmental, especially those foods, and everything kills natural food. Everything kills natural. They're killing, so that's why body always have to take those things. So not easy, right? So we need to build inside strong body, energy inside. How do we keep our immune system stronger? So we can do different way. Right now with purification, actually we don't have karmic body, then we don't have to worry about that, right? So we have karmic body, that's why and automatically we can worry. Worry is just warning. That means take care, right? That's correct. That's very good. But now how do you take care? Not only exercise, eating healthy food, exercise, jogging, the things, right? We have to do something inside also. Just simply sit down, 1 hour or 40 minutes inside, just deep. Inside we can walk somehow, inside. This body, we can use something inside. Without moving anything like this, that meditate. We can do something inside. Yeah, not necessarily we have to go outside. We don't have to go outside. Just simply sit inside. All right. And the most important things, the first one, the basic of purification, it is, I already mentioned, there's no any complicated, okay? 2 things. External this body, internal perception or appearances, right? Because there's no body, there's no karmic contaminated body, then there's no perception. No perception, no grasping. And these 3 rely on each other. Right? Everything depends on origination, it depends on each other. So when we meditate, when we cultivate subtleness or we cultivate deep insight in meditation, meditate in a state of emptiness, then of course, number 3, we are penetrate, or we just eliminating, or we facing direct to the sub-grasping inside. But we are not doing that every minute, right? So people are busy. Then we can use the number 3rd one, external, internal, secret, external one, right? So the body, we should. Tantric, there's a purification, the path of purification, purify, the path of transformation, transform. Here, the 5 aggregates I taught a long time. The book's also there. Now today, is I'm talking here is using NT methods. The most physical powerful is Vajrasattva. That's very good for you, practical. And the farther than that, and also got heavy karmic purification of that is our Loktushwar is amazing powerful. And then the number third one we also I earlier mentioned very powerful one is the Om Ahung, the syllable. The Hung actually studying that is eliminate, purify, purification, purify everything. When your heart Hung, that come radiate lightness, and all inside the body, everything destroy, everything's contaminants are gone. Your body completely become like rainbow, white rainbow. And then also the external that manifestation goes here, lightness, thousands of Hung, and also can purify everything. You're offering mandala, or this, or external, everything's become like lucid empty, illusory empty, everything's like that. Then all those lucid and substantial whatever we have in the contaminated body, everything's now transformed to uncontaminated, enlightened body, enlightened things, right? And then completely use ornament, the multiple increasing like that. So that's why the Om Ahom. But that is what is the characteristic of the syllable, the features of syllable, hologram. But when we practicing, concentrating first, almost good. Just Om, white Om, right? Om here, inseparable Om. Just concentrate Om with and sound. See, very shiny, very big Om, white Om, and just concentrate, meditate that 1 week, first session, and the next weeks, and then either Om dissolve to Ah, or just you concentrate Ah, red Ah here. Second weeks, third weeks also Hum. These are Dorji Sumji Drupchu, the three Vajra body. And I will write feature detail. Right now I've been giving a little bit you guys the short practice. Those are number third, and how to practice. I also mentioned that I can teach more a little bit detail tomorrow. Now you guys have any question? Yeah.
So when you were talking about doing the practice of Vajrasattva, you said that between doing mantras and the visualization is more important. Can you explain why that is?
Visualization is very important because our mind concentrating too much in ourselves, better than concentrate some here, there, concentrate some enlighten and Vajrasattva. So it also gives our power and blessing that can purify our contaminated body. More you concentrate, the creation state is concentration, right? Creation state, concentrate some, created something here, enlighten, rainbow, Vajrasattva with the Yavyum. And it's much better than we are too much concentrated and worried about ourselves. But then this contaminated, and also we're concentrating concept is also contaminated. So when we concentrate the object, it is methods that then blessing through the special object, right? So tantric we do transform is also it's not like exhaustion. There's subject and object. We say shing tamba. Shing tamba means holy object. Holy object means special object. Avalokiteshvara, or right now we're talking Vajrasattva. Right? Very clear, very pure. Do not think like tanka. If you think tanka, then it's like little material things. Material. So not tanka, like illusory, like rainbow. Immediately Vajrasattva. And just concentrate only Vajrasattva, physical body, illusory body. After you find in Vajrasattva's head and face, everything, holding everything, and then you can go deep inside with cancer, then go to heart here, white home, then the syllables are, that's okay. First, concentrate. The Christian state, they concentrate, and then they just Vajrasattva, part of the physical. And after, then finally you do that for 20, 30 minutes without reciting mantra. Just visualize here. And then you visualize, and then you have your practice, kind of unique, right? Union, and then come nectar here. But traditionally we do that in home and syllable, 100 syllable mantra, and the second mantra, then become like you have the union, and the union come through here, the nectar comes here, and then those are, I don't have to give too much there. The text is very clear that. So the most important thing is concentration, Vajrasattva, because it is a special karmic connection, right? Our body cannot direct transform the Vajrasattva. We are just changing subject mind here, concentrate complete, not here, concentrate contaminate here. We concentrate on some illusory enlightened body. So that also gives a connection. Of course, in an ultimate point, there's no different. Vajrasattva was not there, but the beginner, it is very important, the creation stage. Creation stage is the beginner, right? People cannot go directly practice in a complete stage. It's impossible. So therefore, creation stage is very important. Because we have this gross level of concept, contaminant concept. We need to purify the either also concept, right? When the concept purify concept, and the automatic can purify easily the result of the concept, result of this contaminants are then not too difficult. That's why the visualizations are very important. Okay? Yeah. Any other question? Yeah.
Can you speak to the context of purification and Unye?
Can you repeat? I couldn't hear.
Can you speak to the connection between purification and Unye?
Younge. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Younge is the part of the purification method they're using, and the action tantra or some conduct tantra. And that is also good because they have a lot of insight, regret and guilty, and whatever they've done previously, negative things, should remember those things. And then the particular object, Avalokiteshvara, from that, and you have to be, they're not talking really 100% in the visualization because people do not know creation stage, right? So they don't have that 100% creation stage. Just to say, Avalokiteshvara is here, you have to think Avalokiteshvara is here, just that's it. And then from that, you have to purify, right? So thinking a lot of those negatives, when we see, we done, or those are also regrettably, and then the insight, those are part of that. And so then, not only that, then they're not eating, and then not drinking any water, and then do a lot of prostration, and they do a lot of the reciting Avalokiteshvara mantra with history, and so that's that they do. That's just very good, powerful, the purification. But right now, that's also part of the purification, part of tantric, lower tantric. And right now we are talking in a specific as tantric practitioner, the purification part of the Vajrasattva. Then I'm giving you guys a general, the part of tantric, we're talking the purification or purification. So that's today I give the 4 points, okay? Yeah. Now we are talking Yugni. Those are we talk about number second, the methods of purification, right? So how to purify? Then difference of text, difference of contact, and sadhana and lineage, right? And different tantrics, and lower tantra, action tantra, or yoga tantra, or high tantra, right? Differences, yeah. Anybody question? Yeah.
I was told that
Hmm?
if you do it one set, because the Nunyes are 8 sets, right?
Yeah.
Set, you don't go to the lower realm.
Oh yeah. That's they're talking about the result. That's what it does. Number 4. I'm tackling number 4, right? So I put number 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Everything, all purification is condensed there inside. Cannot be beyond the inside there. Yeah.
So you're saying that visualization is like the most important, it seems. If I can't see inside so well, like I can't see, when I try to visualize Rajasatva, I have it general, but I can't see like clearly like Buddha Rinpoche there, I don't have detail. Is that a problem?
No, that's okay. You can open eye and look at some tanga, some picture you have cleared. Open eye, concentrate that 10, 15 minutes, then close eye. Make sure it appears in my mind here. Check. Okay? Yeah, but that takes time. It takes time, yeah.
Another question is, what is the difference between this and the nudro? It seems like the nudro is for purification.
Yeah, in Ngondo is purification, but we don't use purification. We also use Ngondo is just make accumulation. Actually, it's meaning not too far. When we say make merit, accumulation, accumulate merit. So it's similar. When we accumulate merit, and that also automatically purify. The purification purifies some negative, right? No doubt. But when we're talking specific purification, that also part of the accumulation. We also accumulate that. When we visualize the Vajrasattva in 1-2 seconds, is amazing. Amazing merit.
So if there's only so much time in the day, and you have to choose between the two, are they equal? Or if I'm saying, okay, I really want to purify because my mind is crazy, I would choose in that time to do this rather than no.
It's same. This is also part of the Ngondo. You can use that Ngondo. We have number third is number third, number second. Number second is the Vajrasattva. Right? Earlier I mentioned number third, wrong. Number second. Number second is Vajrasattva. Third is mandala, right? The first Guru Yoga, number second Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva is very powerful. Right? You can do that purification. The point, right? The object, your ordinary external body, internal your concept, thoughts, right? How to transform that, how to purify. And number second, you use the visualization of Vajrasattva. And how do you meditate? That number 4, number 3rd method, right? Then number 4 become result. And the result is not worried about. Yeah, that's simple. Okay? Yeah. And then of course, especially when the Western peoples, and not only that, even the Tibetan Lama and Nansa, people broke Samaya very easily. That's why I always give advice to people that don't chase Lama, don't order empowerment. Empowerment is not necessarily really good if you cannot take in Samaya, and that is not good. It's not necessarily good. So it does not mean empowerment is wrong, but not a good idea. Right? Just listen for instructions, teachings, Buddhist, fundamental Buddhist view and path, the things. Take serious, don't listen. 2-3 years, and then, okay, now I believe that the things foundation, and I know path I don't believe, but I can go now high level, and then better go blessing lamas, empowerment. That's good. You see, many we have Tibetan also lots of have problems. Many lamas are Rinpoches, there are a lot of corrupt in Samaya. They're not good. Honestly, it's not only you guys. I'm not surprised you guys broke Samaya. Not too surprised. Not good, But I'm not surprised because you guys don't have the traditional, right? So we have traditional 1,000 years ago. Still, Sabbath very easy. They fight each other, then they jealous each other, and so that's horrible actually. That's why practice Vajrasattva very, very important. Of course, we make mistake, and then just simply we recognize that, then purify. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm messed up myself and did some wrong things. Now I want to, I don't want to do again this. I see. Now I want to purify. That's a purification practice of Vajrasattva, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Does anybody have a question? Yeah.
Rinpoche, you said that with doubt we can't purify. And so I was wondering if you could clarify a little bit more what you mean by doubt and what doubt looks like when you're practicing.
Doubt?
Yes.
Having doubt in a practice.
Well, doubt has different meaning. Sometimes the doubt comes just no reason, just obstacle. Just doubt. When you're doing correct, nothing wrong, and then obstacle comes out the doubt. That doubt is not necessarily need. We don't need that. But some doubt we need when we investigate teachings like this. Oh, why is visualization important? It's not really there, real, but then I have to create it like this. What that? So this kind of maybe sometimes you have background, very heavy material things, then easy can doubt. If you don't have that, you have background, some religions, like, then faith and belief, and then it's not necessarily doubt like that. But it's still, when you investigate, you have some doubt. That's nothing bad. That gives you more awareness, right? And more studying, more clarifying. Okay. So some doubts does not make really sense, and also the obstacle a little bit. If we even though we are doing correctly, but then some comes out inside, and that is also obstacle, right? We have to recognize. Oh no! I know I'm not doing wrong. I'm doing correctly. Why my mind goes like maybe a little bit doubt, a little bit. I have a lack of confidence, lack of certainty because it's doubt, and then you have to give up those doubtings, right? So don't trust that. Oh, this is bullshit, my habit. So I know what I'm doing, correct things. But some doubt is already mentioned that you, when investigating and checking this, that, reading book and ask question, and then you cultivate also, then you have some deep insight that comes in. Then you should ask teachers, right? And that's important. Yeah. You're welcome. So now we are dedication.
So we'll do our dedication prayers on
Yeah.
page. You want to do the precept dedication, the longer one?
Short.
Short one, okay. Page 14, praising Bodhicitta prayer in Tibetan.
선조 렘보제 마지바나 마젠조로 제바 냐바라 메바라 공네 공도 배워쇼